Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had Ralph Diaz smash that subscribe button, go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the newest and following patrons: Johnny, Charles, Albert 12, Valentine, Soulstar LA, my tocayo Hector, Coach Ken, Miguel L, AI Vega, Fio, Claudia, Esquiel, Miguel, let our actions lead others to Christ, Big Bad 48, Nova, Jack, Linda, Michigan Wolverines, Marius, Chevelle 66, Gigi's, Abuelita's Journey, Get Well Soon, and Douse Herrero. As you can see, that list keeps getting bigger and bigger. You do not want to be missing out. Hit the link in the description below. This episode right here is the part two to yesterday's video. So if you missed it, go back and check it out. It is how your boy became the Golden Boy, right? No, not Oscar de la Hoya. The Golden Boy is what is referred to as somebody who's shining for a short period of time, right? That's today's Golden Boy is tomorrow's YouTube star, right? It's just one day you're in and one day you're out. If you're lucky, you land on YouTube. If you're unlucky, you land on Charlie Yard. Facts. The Golden Boy rule. Don't be a Golden Boy for too long, right? Plan an exit strategy. So, here we go. Fucking voice. Losing my voice. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Shit, I should have brought some water. But don't trip. So, yeah. Your boy got asked 3 times by the warden at the time to become the crisis response team commander. So by the 3rd time, I had to say yes, man. You do not tell the powers that be no, right? It's just the way it is in there. You know, I mentioned that the crisis response team at Donovan at the time was in hot water, right? Hot water. But I failed to mention that it was also in shambles. Right, in shambles. And while it may not be favorable or it might be upsetting to some people, the truth, all your boy get up here and just spits out the truth. The truth of the matter is that team was in shambles. I mean, if you can imagine a car with one wheel, a car that's supposed to be having 4 wheels just like scraping, sparks, half a door missing, the windshield flown open, broken. It was bad. It was that bad. And for somebody to say that it wasn't bad has probably never seen good, right? How good a unit can be, a specialized unit, right? Again, military background, right? I know how something is supposed to be, right? It ain't supposed to be like a sloth dragging its ass, right? Here we go. So how did it get that way? Well, I don't just give problems and not solutions. It got that way because we were in shambles, we were in hot water, and certain people brought heat to the team, right? Just like Blue Side, you bring heat to anything, that's not a good look. You have now disrupted the program, right? So not only did the certain people bring heat to the team, but those individuals didn't take accountability and remove themselves from said team. Meaning like, hey, I brought all this heat. I'm going to take it upon myself, right? Accountability like a man and leave. I'm going to remove the heat from the team. This is the truth. This is the 100% truth. I was going to say 113% truth, but that would not have been appropriate at all. Here we go. 100% truth. You guys know it's the facts, right? Facts. Therefore, your boy's sitting in the fucking CRT team watching this fucking bullshit. And every time I tried to speak up, ain't nobody was trying to hear me because I was the new guy on the team. Well, new guy or not, I know what's broken and I know what's not. That rhymed. So there I am. The warden makes me the commander. So, okay, now I have accepted responsibility of the team, right? If if I'm at the bar, right, I'm married now, but if I'm at the bar and I pull a hot chick, you better believe I'm going to give my best performance. I'm going to give my best performance, right? I love these analogies because you guys are tracking. What I'm not going to do is drink too much and fucking, well, I don't drink at all anymore, but you know what I mean? So that's what I did. I gave it my all on the betterment of the team, not on myself. I could give two fucks about the role, right? I didn't care that I was a lieutenant, and I sure in the fuck didn't care about the title, Cert Commander. I had to make changes. I had to make immediate changes, right? Immediate, instant, on what I thought would better the team as a whole. Well, one of those changes, the first change, involved me changing a leadership role position of an individual. Oh my God. That did not sit well with the team. None of this was sitting well with the team, right? None of this was sitting well, right? At all. You know, when you feel like you're a dad and you tell your kid, you don't know what's good for you, man, just sit there and listen up. Right now, it wasn't that bad, but hey, nothing, well, it was pretty damn bad. Nothing was sitting well. So as soon as I made that change, and I got to let some people know, man, because what we're building here is an army of future warriors, right? So you're learning lessons. All these are lessons to be learned. I, Hector Bravo, personally walked face to face to that individual and let him know I was changing his leadership role. Was I scared? Hell yeah, I was scared. The guy's bigger than me. He could probably beat my ass more than likely. Dude's bigger than me. He's a big guy, buff type, right? So, but I'm not a coward to the point where like a CDCR manager that's going to shoot something over an email. Definitely not. Or over the phone, hey, you're fired. Definitely not, right? As a man, as a cert brother to another cert brother. And that person wasn't even a bad guy. He's just a great, excellent operator, contributed a lot. These are just changes that I saw needed to happen, right? That was nothing personal. Well, nothing I did was personal, but that was strictly business. You guys can see how it should be operated, right? Nevertheless, scared as fuck, go tell him what I told him, right? Yeah, fuck, that's the truth. He, he congratulated me on the position, but nevertheless, he did not look like he was happy. Nobody was happy, man. I wasn't even happy that I was the commander. Like I just had to accept the role. This is what was thrusted upon. Thankfully, nobody jumped off the team all crazy. It got close, man. So then it began. Well, it had already begun. So then it just, Hector, how was it? Well, let me tell you, I have never been more stressed in my life. Stressed. I had a newborn child. I had a newborn baby child. Daughter. I had accepted the role of public information officer. It's up there on responsibilities and duties. Cert Commander. You want to talk about up there with being responsibilities and duties? Wow, now I'm wearing two hats. Well, three if you want to count that I'm a father, a husband. I haven't even. So I will tell you. I will dive into how stressful it got. Real bad, man. I mean, I had a bald spot. Literally had a bald spot. I went out in the country shooting with my dad in the desert, and he took a picture and he started laughing. He thought it was hilarious. I didn't find it to be hilarious. I had a bald spot from the stress. So a lot of this with the team, right? A lot of back and forth, right? And I'm not gonna. Oh man, it's like, how do I say I didn't want to impose my will on people, but like, how do you lead the horse to water? This is how you do it. You have to they have to buy into it. They have to buy into what you're saying. They have to trust you. Right? Anybody, leadership is trust. Trust. Ain't nobody gonna follow nobody they don't trust. So it was a lot. I spent the majority of my time having to explain myself, which was that good? Was that bad? Check this out. At that time, that's what I felt needed to happen, right? At that time. And at that time, maybe that is what needed to happen, right? It's not about me. Again, it's not about me. It's about the program. So maybe that needed to happen. Maybe, boom, it got bad. It got really bad. And it wasn't always bad. I'm not going to knock that previous team setup. It had made changes for the better. I'm just telling you where we were at that time. I took over, boom, the change happened, right? Trump 2022 or whatever the year is, 2024, don't trip. And that's a joke. I don't bring politics onto the channel. So boom, and then after me, right? There's a before, during, and after. So yeah, a lot of good changes. Was there mistakes made along the way? Yeah, let me try to think. I wasn't fucking perfect, that's for damn sure. The problem the thing I had to do was trimming the fat off the meat, as I would call it. That wasn't even cool when I would say trimming the fat off the meat. I mean, look, being real again. Well, what the fucking kind of changes were you making, Hector? Right? Were you making everybody get Hector Bravo tattoos, right? No. You have to quarterly qualify to be in the CRT team. You have to every 3 months to remain on that badass team. Shoot and qualify in a consistent manner. Boom, 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 boom. You have to run in a certain amount of time, and you have to do the obstacle course in a certain amount of time. Every 3 months. The same shit you have to do to try out and get in. The same shit you have to do when you go to a course. OP1, OP2, entry ops, tactical firearm instructor, sniper school, rappel master, all these great defensive tactics, all these great courses that they offer, you have to do the exact same shit. You don't get to rest on your laurels. This isn't that, right? So there might have been some individuals that were not meeting the qualifications, meeting the requirements. So I had to make the tough decisions to cut them loose from the team straight up. And trust me, and I'm not like by the book, right? Square by the book. Had the team not been in shambles, you can work with people, you can talk to people, you can maybe make some accommodations of some sort, right? Nothing too crazy, right? Bending the rules, not breaking the rules. But hey, at that time, that's what I felt needed to happen, right? Chopping off heads. Do you want to call it chopping off heads? That's what it looks like. It's not cool. It's not cool, but somebody had to do it. Somebody fucking had to do it. I'll tell you that much. Some of the guys on the team thanked me, like, hey, thanks, man. I didn't think it was cool that I was over here giving my all, and some people were not making the cut, but yet still were able to remain on the team. Fuck it. Here we go. So, here comes the jokes from the line. Oh, you're a suck dick puppet boy. Damn, look at you. You're thinking you're all that in a bag of chips. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers are going to give me a heart attack. You guys are going to get... Right, and that's worrying about self-perception. That's worrying about... it's twofold. It's twofold, man. I had 12 more years to go. Well, the last thing I'm going to do is turn into my Captain Homito and try to drop martillos on people. Every decision I made, I had to go back and give an explanation. That took up a lot of my time and effort. Whatever. Fuck it. Man, there was fucking drama within I'm not gonna. There was some drama amongst like the warden. The warden was fucking mentally unstable, like Hitler type paranoia, right? In the administration building of every prison, you have all the pictures of all the administrators starting at the top, right? It's like a Game of Thrones walls. I actually made a good funny meme about this. The warden, the chief, the associate wardens, the captains. you have like, so you can see the face of the prison, right? The people in charge. Well, the warden's picture came up missing, stolen, right? The dude was a fucking dick. Could have been anybody. Could have even been the inmates because they absolutely hated him. Everybody hated him, right? He was unethical, immoral, corrupt. So one day he accuses, it's me and him in his office. He accuses the team, the crisis response team, of stealing his picture off the wall. Like, I said, oh, hell no. That's what these crazy people do, man. It's called narcissism or manipulation. They start making shit up and trying to pin it on you, right? Just, if you're in an abusive relationship, pay attention to the signs. Dude tells me, oh, well, your team was in here when my picture came up missing. I said, what the fuck? I said, I swear to God, this is what I said. I said, that's what you're not going to do, sir. He's like, what? You're not going to accuse my team of being fucking, of lacking integrity. Because they didn't lack integrity. I'll tell you that much. He's like, well, I'm just saying that your team was in here on that day that picture came up missing. I said, yeah, that's enough of that, sir. I was pissed, man. I was already tired of it, right? That's me, a lieutenant, talking to a warden like that. I didn't give a fuck anymore. So I told you guys it was COVID. It was COVID. 2020. Your boy was stressed the fuck out to the max. To the max, man. Boom, boom, boom. My wife's sister, my sister-in-law, a person who took care of us, took care of our family, adored our daughter. The first month of our daughter's being born, I swear this sister-in-law would always come over and cook for us breakfast, lunch, and dinner, meal prep for us, watch the baby while we took naps. Anybody who's been a new parent understands how tired you are. She got COVID. Right? So I was the CERT commander, the PIO, battling it out with everybody at, just fucking trying to survive. And my sister-in-law gets COVID. My wife was extremely concerned. Sister-in-law is 41. So within a 1 week period, the sister goes into the hospital, gets checked. Hey, your oxygen levels are low. We're gonna admit you. They admit her. My wife's concerned. I'm concerned. My wife lets me know they admitted her into the ICU, intensive care unit in Brawley. And in my head, I'm like, that's not good. That's not good. Didn't tell my wife that, right? Like, that's not good. Fuck, man. There was a midnight, right? My wife is screaming at the top of her lungs and crying hysterically into the phone. I fucking get up and I'm like, oh, fuck, no. I could hear the other person on the other line crying hysterically as well. At the baby monitor right there next to her in the bed. I'm looking to make sure our daughter doesn't wake up. I'm like, man, this is my wife. Right? This is my home. This is our sister-in-law. My wife's sister. So I instantly know what news she got. Instantly. I run downstairs. I check my state cell phone. I get it. It's midnight. And I text that warden. Hey, sir, my wife just received news of her sister passing. I will not be into work tomorrow. This had to have been on a Thursday because this is what I said. I will not be into work tomorrow, which will be a Friday. I may be to work on Monday, right? Because 4 days would have already passed if everything is situated at home. His response to me was, bring verification for both. that was it. Bring verification for both. And I forgot to mention, the reason why he said both is because 1 week, in that same week earlier, my aunt passed away. My aunt passed away, and I had taken 3 days of bereavement leave to go to the funeral services and be with the family back home. So I lost 2 family members in 1 week with all this stuff going on. My wife, I got that Stay cell phone and I threw it. Boom, I threw it, went back upstairs like I know what time it is. I know what time it is. It's time to be here for my wife. That's it, period, blank. It was bad. It was bad. You want to talk about tests, like being tested, being the rock in the relationship. Let me tell you guys something. For the first half of my wife and I relationship, she met me when I was drinking. She met me when I was 22. From 22 to 26, I was putting her through hell, running amok. Hey, your boy was wild. She stood with me. She stayed with me through it all. Right? She didn't have to. She didn't have to. I did a 28-day inpatient rehab at the VA for my drinking. She picked me up every weekend. Because I had crashed my vehicle. So I didn't have a vehicle. She picked me up every weekend. With the dog, right? So here I am. The roles are now reversed. Now I have to be the caretaker. Now I have to be the foundation. Oh man, that was hard. Oh, that was not only was that hard, that was new. That was new to the both of us. Like, my wife received the absolute worst news. That was her, to her, like a mom. That was her mother figure. They were extremely close. She took care of my wife. But what a trip, man. Is what I'm trying to say is there was a lot going on. That year, 2020, there was a lot going on. Man, there was a lot going on. Right? So, you wonder why I resigned, why I was tired. Why I was tired is because I had to put that face. I didn't tell none of those guys on the team that what I was going through, right? As a leader, you have to remain, this is what I learned from the Army, from my leaders, you have to remain that straight-faced, purpose-driven, mission-driven individual at home for the wife, for my daughter, at the prison with the public information officer. Like, hey, that took a toll, man. Probably that year aged me like 5 years, maybe so there's a lot to be lessons. How do you say it? What's the lesson of the day? A lot of lessons, a lot of lessons, man. So many. One is appreciate your loved ones. My wife did appreciate her sister, no doubt about that. But hey, we just never know when our time's gonna come, right? Anybody's time can come at any time. Spend time with your loved ones. Don't wait till they get sick. Don't wait till they get hurt. Right? Hit them up. FaceTime, man. That's like the coolest thing now. FaceTime. When you accept responsibility to position, accept responsibility. You're going to have to make some hard choices. Right? Some hard, difficult choices. If you do it for the right reason wasn't for selfish, for me, for instant gratification, for gratification. It was to better the team, the crisis response team program, right? That's why. If you're ever struggling with it, should I make this decision or not? Think about the consequences. Think about the rewards. Think about what you're doing it, why you're doing it for, right? The personal gain. It's not going to serve nobody but you. The fuck. So with that, keep pushing.